Fantastic. Okie doke. Right, come into a child's pose. And yeah, just take a few breaths there. So all the way back, hips to the heels. Have a bit of a move around from side to side. So you're just kind of rocking into the hips, seeing if as you move, you can kind of send the hips a bit further back. And then you're finding stillness. So if you can comfortably rest the forehead down to the floor there, then that's fine. But if you need to bring the hands in and make a bit of a tower, somewhere you can rest the head, then that's also fine. If you feel like you're way far off from that, you might even use the hands and just rest the forehead with the elbows down on the ground. Whatever you can do so that there is a forehead to hand or to floor connection. You're able to let the weight of the body come forwards. And you're just going to take a few deep breaths there in your child's pose. You want to start breathing into the belly and then feeling the navel pull in towards the spine. Breathing into the belly. And then feel the navel pull in towards the spine. Take 3 more big breaths. Exhale. 2 more. Next one, last one. If the hands aren't, stretch the hands out in front of you, push down into the hands, pull yourself up to all fours. Cat-cow. Just look forwards, open the chest, and exhale, start to round. So that might be slow to start with. Just opening through the back of the body, opening through the front of the body. Finding length and space and a contraction. So not just passively opening and closing the spine, but making it strong. So pull the shoulders down and then arch them round by pulling the waist in. And go for 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. Find a comfortable position somewhere between the 2, neutral spine. Stretch the right leg back and then step the left leg back, plank position. Hold that plank position, so pull the navel into the spine. And then just bring the right knee in to rest on the floor and bring the left knee in to rest on the floor. Take it from the other side. Left leg back, right leg back, left leg in, and right leg in. Same again, but if you like, you can do so without resting the knees. So step the right leg back and step the left leg back. Maybe just bring the right toes to hover. Sorry, the right toes to push down, but the knee to hover. And left knee in. Left leg back. Right leg back. Left knee hover. Right knee hover. Stretch into downward facing dog, so just lengthen the backs of the legs. Give the head a bit of a shake. Nod yes. Or side to side no. Body forwards into a plank position. Drop the heels to the right, toes to the left. First side plank, so just reach that left arm up to the sky. So start just with 1 strong side plank, keeping that right hip lifted. Keep the right hand pushing down, so strengthen that right side waist. Feel that right side waist shorten and strengthen. Switch to the other side. Left hand down, heels to the left, toes to the right, lift the left hip, shorten that left side of the waist. So pull the left side of the waist in and then bring the right hand down. Rest both knees to the floor. Stay pushing into the upper back. So try not to let the back collapse. Stay active across the upper back. Pull the waist in and stretch the right leg back. So toes tap the floor. Inhale, lift. Hold it in a line where the leg is parallel to the floor. So you're not going too far up. We just want to hold halfway and then lower back down. So lift until the foot is in line with the hip and then lower back down. Lift and lower. So really pull the waist in, and pulling the waist in is going to stop you from lifting that right foot so high. It's hard. If you're quite mobile, the temptation is to really reach that foot up but I want you to pull the waist in and really try and stop yourself from going too high. So it almost feels like the leg is heavy and it's pushing against resistance. Go for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now what you're going to do is you're going to let the toes lower, and when you lift, it can go higher, still controlled, but there can be a little bit more height. Lower down. Slow it down at the top, so lift. Feel that strength in the back of the hip as you try and go higher. Lower. Lift. Feel that strength as you try and go higher. Lower, but still as if you're working against resistance. So you're not just pushing the leg all the way up or flinging it up. There is control at the top. Go for another 5. Lower. 4. Lower. 3. Lower. 2. Lower. Last one, hold it up there, come down to your forearms. So rest on your forearms, look down to the floor, so the back of the shoulders is kind of pushing up, and you're going to draw circles with that right leg. So small circles, don't have to be big, maybe a little bit smaller than the size of your Pilates ball. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that right knee in next to the left knee. Come up to both hands. Move the shoulders forwards so they do stack over the wrists. So don't hold the shoulders back. Come forwards. Tuck the tailbone under. Lower halfway into a push-up and hold. And then push all the way back up. Tailbone tucks under. Lower halfway. And push back up. Remind yourself to tuck under with the tailbone. Last one, lower halfway. And push up. Stay on the hands. Stretch the left leg back. Pull the waist in. So remember, you only want the foot to lift as high as the hip to start with. It's easy to lift it higher sometimes, but we're pulling the waist in and just lifting until we're in line with the hip. So it's slow and controlled. And we want to feel like we're almost hitting resistance when we lift that left foot to the line of the hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, as controlled, but we're allowing the foot to go higher. So there's a real push at the top to get it higher. And then we lower down. A slow and controlled push. Lift all the way up. And bring it down. Keep pulling the navel in. Lift all the way up. And bring it down. 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up on 1. Come down to your forearms. Pull the waist in and start to draw those circles with the left foot. So about the size of your Pilates ball. Feel the work around the left hip. And also a fair amount of stabilization going on through the right hip. 3, 2, 1. Change direction. Slow it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that left knee in. This time, come up to the hands. Tuck both toes. Stretch the hips back and up. So find length through the back of both legs. Relax the head heavy. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Take a breath in. And a breath out. One more long, deep breath. And exhale. From your downward dog position, come forwards to a plank, hold it. And then we're going to go back into a downward dog, and you're going to reach your right hand towards the left shin. Doesn't matter if it doesn't touch, but that's where you're reaching the right hand. Bring the right hand back, come forwards to a plank position. Back into downward dog, left hand reaches for the right shin. So reaches to the opposite leg. Come forwards to a plank. Right hand reaches to the left shin. Forwards to a plank. Left hand reaches for the right shin. Move in your own time. Forwards to plank. We've got one more each direction. Keep the waist pulling in. And then hold your plank position. Rest the knees, lie all the way down on your fronts. Make a pillow for the head with the hands. Rest the forehead. Give your hips a shake from side to side. Take a breath. And let it go. Take another big breath. And let it go. Close the space between the legs. Point the toes. Really squeeze the inner thighs and squeeze the glutes. Take the hands, so the fingertips just tap the side of the head, the temple area, so you're not holding anything with the hands. Elbows out to the side. Keep the elbows out. Pull the elbows back and let that lift the chest. So it's just coming from the back of the shoulders. Does not have to be a high lift. Squeeze between the inner thighs and lower down. Move with the breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Squeeze the legs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last two. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Rest the head on the hands. Give the hips a shake. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Now I'm going to have to move, so I have a bit more space to demonstrate this one. I'm going to try and speak it to you clear enough anyway. But you're going to start with your forehead down on the floor. You're going to take your hands above the head and draw a triangle. So my thumbs are touching and my fingertips are touching. So I have this triangle above my head. I'm going to reach the triangle away to the very front of the room. Swim the arms out wide all the way round until they come to the lower back. Flip the palms so they face up to the sky. And then reach the fingers back to the toes. Let the chest lift slightly. Exhale, lower the chest back down. Swim the arms out wide and bring the hands back into that triangle shape above the head. So thumbs touch, fingers touch. Reach the triangle away. Swim the arms out wide, all the way around until the hands come to the lower back. The palms face up to the ceiling. Reach the fingers down to the toes. Let the chest lift. Exhale, lower the chest back down. Inhale, swing the arms out to the side, all the way back overhead. Exhale, hands back into triangle. One more. Reach the triangle away. Inhale. Exhale, draw it round. Hands flip so they face the ceiling. Inhale, reach the fingers to the toes, lift the chest. Exhale, lower the chest down. Sweep the arms out to the side. Hands back into triangle. And then release them underneath the shoulders. Sit back into a child's pose. All the way back. So rest yourself back into a child's pose. Give the arms a moment to relax. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Soften the shoulders. I just want you to make sure you're not holding the shoulders up towards the ears. Really soften the shoulders down. Take a few more big deep breaths. Relax the shoulders. Relax the back of the neck. And then reach the hands out in front of you. Push down to the hands. Rise up to all fours. From all fours position, stretch the right leg back and stretch the left arm forward. So fingertips and toes to the floor. Inhale, lift. Find a parallel line with the ground. So left arm forwards, right leg back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. For 4. Lower. 3. Lower. 2. Lower. Keep it lifted on 1. And then you're going to take the left forearm and bring it down parallel to the top of your mat. So the left forearm runs parallel to the top of the mat. Move the right hand a little further out to the right hand side, so maybe just off your yoga mat. Bring the right knee towards the right tricep, and then kick that right leg back as high as you can. Drive the heel away. Bring the right knee to the right tricep, and then drive that right leg away. It doesn't matter if it doesn't touch the right tricep, just the intention of bringing it towards and kick back as high as you can. Right knee, right tricep, and then lengthen and kick back. Right knee, right tricep, lengthen and kick back. 2 more. Kick away. Last one. Kick away and hold it there. Pulse. So small movements at the top of that range. 15, 14, 13, 12. Breathe. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Pull the toes back to the face. Now I think it's best if I go this way. Sorry, it's a bit. So you're going to bring that right leg out to the side. Keep it nice and high. Drive it back and up. Bring it out to the side. Drive it back and up. 5. Drive it back. 4. Drive it back. 3. Drive it back. Go for 2. And 1 on your last one. Bring the right knee down. Sit the hips to the heels. Take a big breath in. Reach the arms up to the sky. Big breath out. Bring the hands down by the side, behind the lower back. Interlace the fingers and open the chest. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Slowly let that go. Bring the hands down to the floor. And then we'll take it on the other side. So stretch your left leg back. Reach your left arm forwards. Inhale, start by moving to a parallel line from the right hand to the left toes. Exhale, lower. So we go parallel to the yoga mat, no higher. And then lower. Keep the waist pulling in. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. So it's nice and slow because we're using the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. 3. Exhale. 2. Exhale. Last one, hold it there. Keep that left leg lifted. Bring the right arm down parallel to the top of your mat. Take the left hand slightly out to the side so you're more stable. Look down to the ground and then pulse that top leg. So it pulses at the very top of the range. So just lifting in that top area of resistance. So that top inch or two. For 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Keep breathing. Keep the waist pulling in. Keep the gaze down to the floor. 3, 2, 1. Left knee comes towards left tricep. Doesn't matter if it doesn't quite touch. Drive and kick the left heel away. Left knee to left tricep. Drive and kick that left heel away. Come in and kick out. You want to feel that kick because when you get the full range of movement, that's when you get most engagement through the back of the left hip. So make sure you're taking it all the way to the top of that movement. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. This is the more challenging one, sorry. You're going to bring that left foot out to the side and then drive it back up. Bring the left foot out to the side. Try and keep it high. Drive it back up. 4. Drive back up. So there's a lot of work around the waist and the shoulders. 2. Drive it back up. Drive back. Last one. Drive back. Bring the left knee down. Bring the hips back to the heels. Take a seat. Just rest the hands on the thighs. Close the eyes a moment. Slow down the breath. Let the heart rate settle. Take 2 more in and out. Breathe in and out. Okay, slowly come up. You're kneeling, so grab your circle if you have one. If not, you can just use your hands. So you're going to take your right foot out to the side. Now, normally, we anchor that foot down. So if you want to make it a little bit more stable, do anchor that foot because it gives you strength. If you want to challenge yourself a bit, you can have more of a point through that right toe and then a little bit more shaky. And you've just got to use your center a bit more to balance. So if you're using a circle, hands up to the sky, fingers long, don't grab it. You don't need to be tense. Have long fingers. If you're not using a circle, you're just going to reach the arms up to the sky. Don't know, I've never thought of that resting place before. Reach your fingers up. So right toes pointed or right foot pushing down for more support. Lean over to the left. Hold that tension. And then bring it back up. I don't know, I can't see names, I can only see people, but I saw someone's foot fly up. But it's a good challenge. And bring it back. Go down for 4. Notice how much harder it makes it. Go down for 3. And 2. We're going to hold this one. If you have a circle, just let it go to the floor. And then we're all going to bring our left hand down, right foot lifts. Hold that there. Glutes and hips should be working pretty hard. Point the right toes, lower the right toes to tap the floor, and lift back up as high as you can. Lower down. And lift. 5. So be really working through the hips. There's loads of stability going on. 4. 3. 2. 1, bend that top knee, bring it down next to the left knee. Grab your circle on the way through, come back up, stretch the left leg out. So if you want more stability, foot flat. If you want the challenge, toes pointed. You're going to reach the arms up to the sky. And then you're going to lean over to the right side and lift back up. Lean over to the right side, lift back up. Lean and lift. Lean and lift. You can hold this next one down. Hold it. If you're letting go of the circle, just let that come down. And then right hand, left leg lifts, toes point. So already there, try and squeeze your glutes forwards. Hips should be working. Lower the left toes and lift. Lower and lift. Try and lengthen that leg as you lower and lengthen again as you lift. So constantly trying to reach those left toes away from you. 3, 2, 1. Bend that left knee, bring it down. Take a seat. Big inhale, close the eyes. Big exhale, relax the shoulders. Big breath in. Big breath out. And then come and lie down on your left-hand side. If you want to grab your circle or your ball, I'll give you options to use them, but you're going to feel this without them. You can let that left leg go long. So you're lying down, and to start with, I've got a super long line. So the whole body is in one straight long line. And then just going to lift both legs and bring them 45 degrees forwards. So they're not all the way out, they're not down, they're somewhere, in case you didn't know what 45 degrees was. And you're going to lift the right leg. So there's about a circle's width distance, a Pilates circle between both feet. Use your right hand for support in front of you. Pull the right toes back to the face. Drive the right leg back so it's in line with the body. Bring it forward so it sits on top of the left leg in space. Lift up. So we're going to lower down, but keep some height. So don't lower it down to rest. Take it back. Bring it forwards. And lift up. So we're kind of drawing an L shape. Lower down. Take it back. Bring it forwards. And lift it up. Make it slow. Pull the waist in. Long line through that right heel. So you really don't need to rush. Doesn't matter how many you do, as long as you can feel the control and the work around the right hip. Take the right leg back. Bring it forwards. Lift it up and lower it down. Now these last few should be really feeling it. So you go for 3 more. Doesn't matter how long it takes. Go nice and slow. This will be your second to last one. And then make this your last one. Okay, now you can rest the right foot on top of the left foot. So we just did an L shape. Now we're going to draw a semicircle. So that top right leg is going to lift up, draw a semicircle and come back in line with the body. And then it's going to go forward. So like you're drawing a rainbow shape. So you're going to lift that right leg, draw a rainbow, and the right foot stretches away from the body. Lift up and bring it over. So you can challenge yourself, because the higher you draw that rainbow, the more work through the right hip. Lift up and over. We've got another 5. Loads of control around that right hip. 4, 3, 2. We are leaving the leg at the back, so just come forward once more and then back once more. And when you come back, you can rest that foot down, so it should be quite a nice long stretch through that right side. Take a breath here. And then exhale, lift that right leg off the floor. So just one long line, point the right toes, circles. So small circles with that right foot. I know it burns. Just got to go for another 3, 2, 1. Change direction. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that right knee all the way in. Rest it to the floor and take a twist. So reach the right arm back. Open around that right hip. Take a big inhale and a big exhale. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Okay, come and lie down on your back. So stretch both legs out. Stretch the arms overhead. Now, it doesn't matter if your elbow and your knee bend significantly to help you do this. You're going to keep the right arm reaching overhead, and you can just take the left arm out to the side. So the left arm reaches to the side of the room. Slightly push into the left hand. Lift yourself up. Bring the right fingers to the left toe. So you might need to bend a little, that's fine. And then you stretch all the way back to the floor. Right fingers, left toe. All the way back. 4, 8. Bring it back. 7. Bring it back. 6. Bring it back. 5. 4. 3. 2. Hold it up on 1. Maintain that shape. Bring the right hand to the back of the head so you can support the weight of the head. You're going to stay in that twist with the upper body. Lower the left leg down. Lift it back up. Lower the left leg down. And lift it back up. 5. Lift. 4. Lift. 3. Lift. 2. Lift. Last one. Lift. Stretch that left leg away. Reach the right arm overhead. Take the left arm overhead too. Interlace the hands. Reach the heels of the hands away. Point the toes. Big long stretch. And then spin over onto your right hand side. So we're going to do the same on the right. Right arm reaches all the way out. Body in one long straight line to start with. And then you look 45 degrees in front of you, both feet come forwards. Relax the top head, use the left hand as support. Lift the left leg. So first of all, it's that L shape. So we drive the left leg back. Then we bring it forwards, keeping that height. We lift it up higher, lower down, and take it back. So really slow. Maybe even close the eyes so you're more inclined to rest the head and the neck. You know what we're doing, so you don't need to see. You can just feel. There's also quite a bit more work goes on to stabilize if you close the eyes. Think about when we do our balances in yoga, how much it throws us when we close the eyes. So tap into that. We've got 4 more. Taking your time. Last big exercise through the hips and the glutes. We'll do one more sequence on our back and then we're done. And I have no idea where we're up to counting, so make it one more. And I feel like that's about right because it's starting to burn. So rest the left leg down on the right leg, and then we're going to draw those rainbows. So lift the left leg, draw the semicircle, take it down, but not all the way to the floor. Lift it back up and draw a semicircle. All the way up and over. And bring it back. 5 from here, finishing at the back. 5. 4. Try not to speed it up. I know the temptation is there. 3. 2. 1. Back of the mat. Rest the foot for just a moment. And then we have 6 circles in each direction. So point the left toes, lift the left leg. Go for 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Last 6. Other way. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Bring that left knee in. Oh boy. Reach the right arm out and twist. Big stretch through that left hip. And then we have 10 long reaches, fingertips to toes, and 6 with the upper body rotation. So come onto your back. Take both arms overhead, stretch it out, and then take your right arm out to the side. You're going to lift your left hand up, tap the right toes, and take it all the way back. 9. 8. Make sure you're lifting the upper body as much as you're bringing that right leg in. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Hold the upper body rotation. Take the weight of the head into the left hand. So you're maintaining that twist through the upper body. Right leg lowers and lifts. Lowers and lifts. For 5. Lift. 4. Lift. 3. Lift. 2. Long with the right toes. 1. Bend that right knee. Plant the foot to the floor. Bend the left knee. Plant the foot to the floor. Take both arms out wide to the side of the room. And just rock your knees over to the right and then over to the left. Do that a couple of times, stretching through the hips from side to side. One more each way. And then bring the knees into center. Give yourself a good squeeze. Pull the knees into the chest. Cross one shin on top of the other. Rock up to a seated position. Cross the legs. Take the fingertips out to the side. So reach them as far out to the side as you can. Let the head fall over to the right shoulder. Stretch out that left side of the neck. Keep the arms reaching out. Bring the chin into the chest. Look down to the center of the body. And roll it to the other side. So left ear, left shoulder. Feel that stretch to the right. Go slowly, twice more each side. Keep the fingers reaching out wide. And don't rush, finish off the round you're on. When the chin comes back into the center, you're going to leave it there. Take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, and then as you reach the knuckles away, lift the chest forwards. Maybe look up to the ceiling or just look out in front of you. Take a big inhale. And a big exhale. Release the hands, bring them into prayer. Thank yourself for giving up and making the time to come and practice this morning. Well done. Have a fabulous Friday.